I'm Irene Tansman, author of A.B. and Arlene's Autism War. If you have a loved one who is enrolled in a rehabilitation facility, or you're considering rehabilitation for your loved one with autism and or intellectual disabilities, or you yourself are enrolled in a rehabilitation facility, please consider joining the Rehabilitation Families in Massachusetts Facebook group. Today, I'd like to talk to you about voting and people with severe intellectual disabilities or severe or profound autism. Now, in general, according to the Americans with Disabilities Act, anyone with a mental disability who has an understanding of what it means to vote is allowed to vote in federal elections. You could assume from the fact that they're allowed to vote if they have an understanding, you can also assume that the converse is correct, which is that they're not allowed to vote if they don't have an understanding of what it means to vote. Now, in general, the federal government leaves the provisions regarding to voting to the states. And this can be confusing because there are different rules in different states. Now, my own personal opinion is that people with intellectual disability or autism should have access to voting in general, and they shouldn't have roadblockers put in front of them. However, those with profound or severe autism or who do not show any evidence that they understand the concept of voting should not be voting. This becomes very complicated when individuals use unproven methods of communication, such as spelling to communicate or other types of facilitated communication. There is a controversy as to whether in these methods, there's a controversy as to whether the individual is actually doing the communication or whether the person helping them, the facilitator, is doing the communication. Now, there are disability organizations that promote voting for everyone, sort of a one-size-fits-all kind of approach. Now, here's my advice for what it's worth. Unless you are absolutely certain that your loved one is doing the voting and you aren't the person voting twice, or the facilitator isn't the one voting twice, unless you can absolutely prove this in a court of law, do not take your loved one to vote. Voter fraud carries heavy penalties, including jail time of up to 5 years and fines. The lives of profound autism families are hard enough. Don't risk making your life harder. The risk of being accused of voter fraud are probably minuscule. However minuscule, it's not worth it to take the risk. I would also discourage DSPs, those are the direct service professionals, people taking care of our loved ones, from taking the severely impaired individuals to vote. We don't want them getting into trouble either. Think long and hard about the disability organizations that promote voting for everyone and don't warn you that you could get in trouble. Will they stand behind you and help you if you do get in trouble for taking their advice? I hope this video has been helpful to you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.